Good evening, everyone. I'm the Marionettist, and welcome to my reaction to Film Theory: The Tragic Secret of the Walten Files. So yeah, it's been a bit since the last reaction. It's mostly because MatPat didn't upload the second part of the video until 4 months later, so yeah, that's fun. But also, Shoeman is not here with me because I didn't message him, sadly, and when I did, he had some stuff to do, so sadly, he won't be in this recording, but I'll try to make up for that. So, let's see what the MatPat solving of the Walten Files is. It's been a while since I've seen the Walten Files, but I still remember all the story beats so far.
A portion of this episode is sponsored by
Google. Sponsored by the Google. Ayo. It's Bon. Little Bon. Before, there's a little Bon. Little Bon, but cartoon. Waiting for it. I know there's gonna be a jump scare. Hello, Felix. Not Felix, flippin' Jack. See, told you it's been a while. Hello, Banny. Ed and Molly. Felix. You got the bad ending. Pop goes. Hello, Jack. Sadness.
Hello, Internet.
Welcome to Film Theory,
where I wish I had a Shadow Man feed me.
Shadow Man. Yo, Burger. Burger.
What is this thing? Oh, you're a horrific monster.
Do you want to flip them bees, Jurger?
On second thought, maybe not. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the
Walten Files.
For those of you who don't remember, the
Yeah.
Walten Files is the analog.
It's been a bit, so
with a story that's
yeah,
gonna
the
melt your
new
brain
thing
and
on
the
everyone's
sound
mind
design
is
that's gonna
flipping
melt your
Mandela
ears.
catalog right now. Right in the corner of my
Apologies,
screen.
headphone users. It's a story about the
Yeah, don't have
Bob's
headphones,
Burgers,
sadly,
an
now.
animatronic-themed restaurant chain founded by business partners
Jack Walten and Felix McCrank.
Through the first two installments of the series, we learned that these two men had a falling out, and that Bob's
Yep.
had been forced to close.
And
shortly after
I wonder what
some
happened.
mysterious
I wonder
event
what
called
happened
the
to Sonic.
Incident of 1974.
Hmm.
Though it feels more accurate to call this the incidents of 1974.
Incidents
considering that
because
this is the
multiple
year of
murders.
Jack's disappearance, his wife Rosemary's untimely death and stuffing
Bon.
into Shaw the sheep, and another woman named Susan Woodings winding up
Susan,
inside
that's her
Granny
name.
Bunny.
I forgot
it
her
was a
name when the
busy
intro was
year
playing.
for the franchise. After the closure,
Wait, I know
to
Charles
incidents
still,
of
though.
1974, the animatronics were relocated out
The
to the
bite.
woods, where they proceeded to take the lives of a few more victims. As
A
they laid
few.
out for the return
Just a
of
couple.
mysterious
Not that
character
much.
Named Sophie, a former
Sophie.
caretaker of the Bob's
Sophie
Burgers
Walten.
facility that we briefly saw in the very first episode of the series.
Yep.
A person that the animatronics are particularly keen on
Yeah,
getting their hands
because
on, as evidenced
because
by
it's
them
their
killing Brian
it's their
Stells
last
because
family
he,
member
quote,
that's still
looked
alive.
like her. And as of last episode, that's where we left things off. Almost. There was one final
Yeah.
video I hinted at
Bunny
towards the end of
farm.
that last episode.
And
by
also
piecing
that.
together flashes of a URL left at the beginning and end of the relocate project
Safety and
upload,
pills.
I brought
Sophie.
an unlisted video titled Lucky You, where
Lucky
we
you
see...
when you find all the
What is
pieces.
this? What is this? It's a clearly laid out timeline
Yeah,
of events.
timeline. Woo! Timeline, bruh. You get your timeline. Unlike in the other. Unlike in Fun F. They dance to the music.
If there was any lingering confusion about the order of this story, Lucky You is
Nope.
basically the teacher's answer key, and it confirms everything that
No
we talked
more
about last
questions.
upload. However,
Just go.
there's still one major reveal here: the return of
Sophie.
You must be so
Safety and
confused
pills.
about what
Sophie.
you saw.
Safety and
Don't be
pills.
scared, my little
Sophie.
bunny, for I'm going to tell you a story of broken
So I'm assuming both things here are Jack.
Sophie.
This
and
now
Felix.
pretty much marks Sophie as our main character. Remember,
That's what I
the
think
first
Lucky
thing
You
that we
is.
hear
The
in
red text
episode
is
1 of the
Felix and,
series is backwards text that gives us this message. You
and
finally
Jack
start to
is, you know,
remember that
the
old
one who
thing.
says safety
They
and
will
pills
look out
Sophie
for
over and
you
over.
soon. This whole story from its opening moments has been an attempt to wake up long dormant
Yep.
memories inside Sophie's
So far.
mind. And
That's
now
for
we have
season
a
1 at
clear
least.
picture of what's going on. Sophie was once a caretaker of
Yep.
Bob's Burgers,
Well,
she survives a tragic accident or
had to
attack,
get her memory
something
wiped,
that would cause
basically.
her memories to be locked away behind a gate
Yep.
of trauma and medication. So the question now is, what exactly are those memories that need to be unlocked?
We're gonna
For
find that out
we finally
eventually.
turn to episode 3,
Bunny
Farm,
Farm.
the last canonical installment in the series. And one
We're
where
getting
Walt
close to
and
episode
Sophie's
4 now.
memories come flooding back. The premise for this hour-long upload is that Sophie, now
Gameplay
aged 22,
channel,
is playing through the
Sophie
first Walten
Gaming,
Files Incorporated arcade
with
game,
her
Bunny
friend
Farm.
Jenny.
Along the way, she's presented with her family's tragic backstory, forced to face literal corpses, to which she responds,
Yay.
That was very confusing.
understatement of the year there, so
Yeah,
the game
Sophie's
massive glitches
really
in
that
the files
emotional.
that provide us with massive lore dumps. These reveals
Yep.
ultimately break down
Big.
into 3 major chunks. The first is Susan Wooding's
Susan's
audio
Wooding's
log,
death.
audio log number 3. It's worth noting we've yet to hear numbers 1 and 2.
Of
Through
course.
this file, we learn that
Kill.
Susan was an engineer for the animatronics. The
Engineer.
one that essentially built them. When they're found malfunctioning on opening day,
And
well,
Hello
this
Bon
happens.
dies. Susan gets ripped to shreds. Also, I hope you liked.
This tells us
A lot of people
that
liked our
they
reaction to
begin
Bunny Farm,
malfunction
so I'm glad
after
you
Jack's
all liked that
disappearance, but
on the main
before
channel.
anyone actually gets stuffed.
Woo!
2, it confirms what we suspected, that she is in fact the one inside of the Banny suit, and
Well,
that she
duh.
doesn't appear to have any family connection to the Waltons themselves.
Nope.
Interestingly, based on this teeny tiny text right here that's really
My
tough to read,
stomach
we see
feels
that she's
funny.
still alive inside of the suit somehow.
My
and that her
stomach feels
feels
funny.
weird, which probably connects back to the Shadow Man feeding her with
Shadow
lights go off
Man,
that we saw happen in the
Man
Relocate project.
feeds
And
me
finally,
with
Susan's tape
lights
here
go
brings up
off.
an interesting loose thread. Susan says this.
Chris left some hours ago, and Felix didn't even show up.
She mentions someone named Chris. Now, earlier in Bunny Farm, we see
Yeah,
that
Chris.
is
We
named
see
for one of the
see
same game
Chris's
files on the
stuff
arcade
and
cabinet,
everything.
but the name actually
And he
shows
also
up
appears
even
earlier
than
in
that.
1.
The first time we actually hear about Chris is way back in the first
Yeah.
upload of the series.
When
Chris
Brian
is the
walks
one
in.
that ultimately sends Brian Stells to the animatronic
Yeah.
storage facility and ultimately
I
to his
remember.
death. It's hard
I
to hear
remember.
exactly, but Chris's name is definitely mentioned here.
Anyway, so Chris told me this place hasn't been working.
Yep.
About
Subtitles also help you here.
9.
Captions.
So could Chris be the identity of our Shadow Man? The one person who has a connection to the
I don't
franchise
know
since
about
its
that.
earliest days and has survived to tell the tale, feeding the animatronics at night. It remains to be seen.
I don't know if Chris is
definitely
Shadow Man,
suspect
because we
number
don't-
one. The
we
second
literally
major
know
chunk
nothing
of this
about
upload
Chris.
gives us the identity of yet another animatronic. This time,
Charles.
Boozoo the Ringmaster.
Charles.
Bunny Farm is very explicit in showing us that a man named Charles has been stuffed inside of the suit, and that he's been missing since
Miss-
714, missing wheel, 714.
5 days before the restaurant
5 days.
shut down. Some scary breathing and jump scares later, we get this line. A line
Just
that's
big
only
breathe.
visible via the closed captions. I don't
I
remember my face.
I don't remember my
Chris
face.
And now Charles are 2 major loose threads that we have coming out of this upload. We know
Yeah,
that
we
they're
don't
important
know
to the story,
exactly what
but
happened
we
to Charles.
don't quite know their role in any of this. Last is the most
I think we're gonna
tragic
find that
of
out,
the 3,
though.
which, you know, is saying a lot considering that we just went through 2 horrific murders. Through a series of
Like,
events that
Charles
down
seems to
to
be
Felix
the
is
main
very
focus on
responsible for
episode
the
4.
death
It,
of
le-
Bart,
it,
and
it
how
looks like,
Felix
I don't
has
know.
increasingly turned towards alcohol for some reason. His problems actually date back to 1964. 10 years before any of
1964.
the Bonds Burgers drama started to kick
That-
up. In
that
fact, they
Molly
didn't start
aren't
pitching
dead.
the restaurant idea until a year later in 1965 to a company
Woo!
called Cyberfun Tech. So it seems like trouble was brewing in Felix's life
Of-
much earlier
yeah.
than most Walten File theorists suspect. But
Alcohol.
It all wouldn't fall apart until a fateful phone call when Jack asks Felix to take his 2 kids, Ed
and Molly.
to their school dance.
That's another female spread. That's what editors, bruh. Sophie to the dentist. Yep, that's why she wasn't there.
Really? Yeah, sure. Oh, thanks for bothering.
You're a lifesaver.
We find out that Felix would not, in fact, be a lifesaver. But before
Yeah,
we get to that,
a life
you know
killer.
what is a lifesaver? Our sponsor for this portion of today's episode, Google. Specifically
Google.
their password
I'm gonna
manager,
skip
because
this.
sometimes the scariest the episode. Now,
And we're back.
to Fictional scary stuff. As
Hello.
you might have predicted, Felix with his alcoholism is not fit to
Watch.
drive that night. Via the diary entries, we learned that Linda had officially left him earlier that day, May 2nd.
Well.
After drinking more at the school dance, which I guess things were different at school dances back in the 70s,
Yeah.
he gets lost on the
It's like,
drive back
bro,
home
why
and
is this here?
ultimately winds up in a horrific car crash that kills
Whoa!
both Jack's children.
You
And
got the bad ending.
terrified of
You
what
crashed the
he's
car
done
and
what he
killed
could
them.
Possibly tell Jack, he buries the 2 kids as a cover-up for his actions. This, in turn, is the memory that Sophie needed to
Yep.
unlock.
Find them, Sophie.
This just got so much deeper than I thought,
Deeper.
and now
Going deep.
I know what's happening.
In the end, we clearly see Ed and Molly.
Yeah,
depicted as
flippin'
two
Molly got the
children
worst out of
rise
them.
out the ground and
Head
protect
crashing
this
into her
animal,
body.
Rocket Rabbit. Two children sharing one character.
Sounds
Is
familiar.
Rocket just the Walten Files equivalent of Golden Freddy? Did everyone realize that Golden Freddy actually had two spirits inside of one suit before I did? What are the dates of this one? Walten Files.
No.
Golden Freddy Spirit Theory. Okay, I was ahead of it by a little bit. And then Bunny Farm ends on that.
It was a bit after that reveal, so it's not like too crazy.
That's it. A somber ending to an intense 3-video ride of horror and tragedy.
Not it's done yet.
Tightly written episode. In this one extended upload, we get a lot of the answers that we were looking for last time.
It's not done yet, man.
Why is she important? What she's supposed to remember? Check, and check. We know all those things now. But for everything that it explicitly answers,
Got
Bunny Farm
more
still leaves
questions.
One of our biggest questions open-ended. The biggest being, where's Jack? His friend
Jack is in Bond, duh.
asking about his children are
Like, this one actually
last time
confirmed
we
that.
actually see or hear from him. Sometime in the next month after those calls,
When he goes
the
missing,
robots
he
start
goes to
acting
possess
funny,
Bond.
The restaurant opens, Rosemary gets stuffed into Shaw, and things quickly close.
Yeah, am I
But
still
whether that's
beautiful
Jack
to
getting
you,
stuffed into Bond, Jack
Sophie?
stuffing himself into Bond, William Afton style, or him just literally disappearing out of grief and despair in a quest to find some way to bring his kids back, it's unclear. After all, someone caused
I think he's
animatronics to
in
go
Bond. I don't know if he's
the
doing the William
restaurant.
Afton
Could it
thing, but I
have been
think
Jack
he's
and
in
his
Bond.
grief? Maybe. The evidence we have right now points to Jack being dead or stuffed into the Bond suit like you
Yeah.
might expect. In video 1, we get a brief glimpse of Jack's missing poster, which comes accompanied with a message of "Let me out of here."
Let me
And
out of
considering
here.
that Susan in Bunny Farm says that she's alive inside the Banny suit, stuffed people in this universe appear to be conscious inside of their
I am alive.
prisons. For more proof
But
of Jack's
not.
fate, though, look no further than the actual farm in Bunny
The
Farm. You'll
farm.
notice that even though the game in question is called Bunny Farm, the farm actually belongs to a character named
Yeah.
Pete the
Pete
Hippo.
the
Because
Hippo.
Hippo Farm doesn't have the same ring to it. Anyway, during Sophie's
Yeah.
playthrough, there's a lingered-on shot of a plaque describing the whole area as being found.
And then it glitches out to show the other
Bobby
one.
with 2 children, Johnny and Pete. Bobby, who's now deceased, year unknown, had promised to build the greatest barn ever. Later, this plaque
Error.
changes to instead reference
You're
the
saying
deaths of Ed
Jack
and
is
Molly Walton,
Pete?
which by proxy would mean that Bobby, our dead hippo, is then the stand-in for Jack Walton, our dead or stuffed protagonist. Connected to that, who or what is Bon the animatronic bunny? It's easy to assume that Bon
Bruh,
and Jack
hippo
are
was
one
Jack.
and the same. If the bunny-shaped animatronic rabbit foot fits, wear it, you know? But I'm just not convinced. On one hand,
You
the
what?
Springtrap connection of a mourning father losing his mind and trying to put
Spring
pieces of
boy.
a broken family back together is hard to deny.
The thing is,
On
at the end of
other
Bunny
note,
Farm, it shows
just
Bond
don't see
glitching out with
a
all the
loving
with both
father
Ed and Molly
actively
flashing
luring
in the
his
screen.
loving
So
wife Rosemary to her death in the guise of Bond. Plus, we get a few additional visual clues as to what might really be going on here. Throughout Bunny Farm, we get the merging and separating of Ed and Molly as these 2 red child spirits. We
Bonk.
of course see them preparing for their school dance on the front steps of their house, and we see both of their faces multiple times around Rocket
Yeah.
Rabbit, making it crystal clear that they're inside of that beloved toy. But in a weird couple of creative decisions, we also see them split out of Bon multiple times. During the night of the dance, we see the Bon player character wander around the school before passing behind a wall.
They
and
can't-
suddenly on
they
the other
can't
side, we
be
see
both,
Ed
can
and
they?
Molly appear to hunt for their uncle. And during the final jump scares of the Bunny Farm video, we see Bon glitching with overlays of 2
I don't think-
child spirits. one
unless
boy and one
somehow
girl. So
flippin'
is Bon
Buddy,
responding
I
to the
forget,
presence of
Rocket.
these 2 lost children? Are they inside of him? His murderous intentions born out of their collective rage? Again, just like we see with
Agony.
Golden Freddy over in FNAF Land, was Rocket just a glorified vessel to carry him from one body to the next? It's really unclear right now. Last
I
thing,
mean,
though, I wanna
Rocket's
talk about
still
the
hanging
identity
there and
of
it glitches out.
Charles. Is he
Who is
Walten or
Charles?
Kranken? At this point, we have a clear idea of pretty much
I don't
everyone
think
else in the
he's-
story.
he's
Jack,
related.
Rosemary, Sophie, Ed, and Molly are all one family. Felix
Yeah.
is a friend and partner who ultimately separates from his wife
Duh.
Linda. Susan Woodings was an animatronic designer who
I think Charles is not related to anyone,
but
just like
everything
Susan.
about Charles outside of his name is still a big question mark, despite him being one of the main focuses of Bunny Farm. That
Dead.
said, I think I have an idea about his role in all this. And the solution doesn't come in the form of secret unlisted videos or backwards text. It comes instead in the form of Martin Walls' other non-canon animated
Oh yeah,
specials. The
Boozoo.
release of the Walten Files is a pair of animated holiday specials. The Christmas special
These are
called
not canon,
Boozoo's
though, but they
Ghost
may
and a
have
Halloween
story
special
hints, though.
entitled The Mysterious House. Both feature alternate versions of our beloved mascot characters. Both also
Hey,
start off
flipping
as seemingly
flipping
normal
Christmas one.
old-time
It's not that it's
holiday
bad.
specials
It's
before
just
becoming the corrupted nightmare
those
fuel
themes
that you
hit me hard.
associate with this series. To quickly summarize, Mysterious House is about a pair of trick-or-treaters who fall victim to a group of serial killers disguised
Which
as
this is a
villains.
reference
Bond,
to
Shaw,
one of the
Billy,
old
the
games
bizarre
Martin
character
made.
called TVA. Boozoo's
Yeah,
Ghost,
that guy is
meanwhile,
from
a real
that game
remake
as
of a
well.
Christmas Carol that puts Boozoo, our ringmaster, in the role of the rich miser Ebenezer Scrooge, and features a death scene where the censored face looks very similar to the contortions on Charles that we see throughout Bunny
Yeah.
Farm. Now, I'm not suggesting that Martin Walls is lying about these being non-canon videos or anything. What I am saying, though, is that they might be testing out ideas or inspired by things.
Yeah,
that are
that's what I
canon to
think.
the
That's
actual
kind of what I
story.
thought
If
as
that's
well.
the case, Boozoo being both a ringmaster, i.e. the head of
Yeah.
a circus performance, as well as the stand-in for Ebenezer Scrooge, literature's most famous money-grubbing boss, seems to be an intentional choice. It implies that Charles was, in some way, a higher-up, a boss, maybe even the man supervising it all. Consider this, as it's common with the
That's an
series, there's
interesting
one file hidden
point.
URL inside of Bunny Farm, with a piece at the top of the video and a
Yep,
second
and
at
the
the
piece
end.
at the
Following
top
that link
there.
leads you to a video called Guilty, where we watch the tragic
Yay.
downfall of Felix, from an enthusiastic
And
young boss with a
Marionette.
dream to a substance abuser lamenting his actions. And it's in this video that we start to track the history of their company.
Yep.
Jack and Felix found Bunny Smiles Incorporated back in 1967. Just two guys
Yup.
with a strange shared dream of bringing animatronic fun to the masses. But in 1972,
Robots.
they sell to a new company,
Cyberfun Tech, which we
Notice the
don't know.
logos and disclaimers on the title cards for all these videos. Felix even calls it out.
It's crazy how far we've made it. Just everything, really. The Cyberpunk
Yeah.
tech deal, the Bond's Burgers project, it's incredible.
And this is a part of the franchise's lore that's really yet to be explored. The need
The
for Jack
Cyberfun
and
Tech
Felix to
buying out
actively
everything.
Involve a third partner, possibly in the form of whoever actually ran Cyberfun Technologies. A third
Charles
partner
could
who
be-
has monetary
I could
leverage
see
to
that
demand
kinda,
favors
I
from
guess.
one or both men to keep the business going in the direction that he wanted. This, I suspect, is Charles, the mystery
It could be
face
possible.
that
I
lives
could definitely
inside
see that,
Boozoo.
though.
Hence, that character
But
being depicted
episode
as
4,
both
we have to wait for that.
ringmaster among the robots and as
Which is
Scrooge
coming
in his
next
animated
month,
special.
most likely?
It's
I don't
my
know.
belief that we're going to learn that Charles is ultimately responsible for Felix's mental collapse.
Ugh.
Anyway, with the new teaser out for installment 4, we
Yep.
may learn these answers sooner than later. But at the end of the day, what I love about this series is that it's a story about human characters
Big
in
think.
a world full of animatronics, not a story about animatronic characters in a world
But
full
about
of
humans.
What makes the Walten Files such an intensely disturbing story is that it's a family tragedy. Sure,
Yeah.
there's certainly terrifying imagery and sound design, but it's just set dressing for real people going through intensely horrific
Sad,
situations.
sadness,
Life,
depressed.
A lot of times is scary enough, and that's all you need. The killer bunny robot, that's just the cherry on top.
Yep,
But
basically.
hey, that's just
Hey, don't look at
theory,
me.
A film theory.
Don't do that.
And cut.
Yay. Happy Band-Aid. Victory for us. Oh. Hi, Bond. Screw you too. Is there gonna be a secret message at the end? Like last episode? You got jump scared. Okay. Don't play. Okay. So, that was fun. He like I said last time, most of it was analysis, but there was some theory making with Bunny Farm and everything. Again, I think I would like to say Ed and Molly are definitely a Golden Fray parallel. It's like there's no doubt that's flipping a reference to Golden Fray. But Jack not being Bond and being a random hippo animatronic, I don't think that's the case. Though that would be an interesting twist. And how the kids would be Bond. That would be an interesting twist, but I don't think Martin wants to mislead us that much. Like I think that scene where Bond's glitching out with the kids in front of him, it's supposed to represent Jack crying over his dead kids. That's all I really think is happening with that scene. Charles being the focus of the next episode would be interesting, and him being a co-owner of Cyberfun Tech, that would also be interesting, and it would be a cool story device to explain the Cyberfun Tech deal as well. But hey, that's pretty much all my thoughts on it. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't terrible, but I could still pick holes through it. Well, just my interpretations of things. But anyways, I'm going to leave my outro self to continue for me. But thank you all for watching anyways. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. If you did, please like the video. And if you have enjoyed my content, please consider subscribing and ringing that little bell so you can be updated on future videos. I have a Discord server in the description, as well as my Discord tag. I also have my Twitter as well in the description. So please consider checking down there. And with all that said, until next time, friends.